Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, runners of all ages, and welcome to this race for the week 3 of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Winter League Tournament between Xarnax42, Beef Supreme's TV, ratlifTheRat, and Sandcraft. I'm Bob Pineapple, MD, and joining me here in the booth today is DK9146. DK, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Looking forward to some fun chaos from this side of it after some fun personal racing last night. But these runners really low on points down in the Group 9 bracket. The winner really looking to try and solidify their chances to try and get back into this tournament.
Yeah, definitely some big implications in this one, as winning this one could put you in a position to kind of break back in to at least the middle of the pack as we move forward.
Exactly. So we're going to have some fun here, though. We have no keys going here. We have the small map, which is, kind of larger than you kind of feel when you see the word small, but it can sneak up on you there. But these random chest locations, random weapon prices, the chaotic enemies. We're going to have a blast today.
Yep, and we're seeing here, starting with middle of the road kind of strength, but also the spell of hurt, which could come in handy early, just depending on what we find right outside of Tantagle.
Exactly. And these runners in the initial zones will be looking for what's affectionately known as the noodle. It's an enemy that's easy-ish to kill. And with that 16 strength coupled with hurt, I don't feel we're going to have too much struggles finding something that we can kill pretty quickly here.
Yeah, Ziggy pointing out in chat, hurt is a great start spell. Yeah, second, probably only to hurt more.
No, absolutely, and so many enemies are susceptible to hurt. It's all random though, so an enemy that normally is resistant might be very susceptible, and the exact opposite can occur. It's all through testing that these runners will figure out which enemies are able to be killed using spells, using strength, using whatever, or do they have 255 HP and you're going to waste your time.
Yeah, one of the big tricks in this flag set is being able to keep track on the fly of the monsters that you've killed, what they're resistant to, and if they're even worth fighting in the first place.
Exactly, and I know we're going to be running here shortly. Hopefully, Ratliff realizes he's not on the appropriate screen yet, and doesn't get too far behind here at the start. Yeah, there we go. And we'll see momentarily. We know there's no keys, so the back chest is going to be gold, but these runners will have access to these two chests, and then whatever Tantagel's treasury and even the alternate chest on the other side may have to offer for them.
Yep, and here we go. We're going to find out what are in these chests right now. We've got fairy water, gold, and then at the back, more gold.
Exactly. So here we go. We're going to go downstairs. A little delay on Xarnax. Hopefully that's just stream delay and not him missing the start of the race here. We'll keep that in mind that he's probably about 15, 20 seconds behind the others, though. But we got 3 chests down here. Here we go. And the catch up for Xarnax here goes into play for some suspense. Fortune.
Yeah. There we go. Dragon scale. An herb. And more gold.
Very nice. Looks like Ratliff was thinking about going around the other side, but alternate options to just go back and out and is not checking those alternate chests. We'll see if others decide to do it. Charlotte right next door.
Yep, quite handy. Oh, Goldman not having that hurt and throwing it right back at Ratliff. So Sandcraft looks like reset in order to get the gold grind going.
Yeah, it's peculiar. Not knowing if a town's going to be nearby. 1, 2, not knowing what the equipment's going to cost because it's all completely random. But we got Xarnax throwing down hurt on a knight. Does get it for 45 and is going to get at least a level, if not more.
Well, that's definitely going to be more than one. All the way up to level 7.
Yeah, instant level 7. Surprisingly, stats didn't jump as much as I would expect for 6 levels, and only 1 spell out of that with Repel coming in. All right, so Sandcraft's the runner that's going to go around. He's going to check this alternate chest in Tangible and finds maybe the herb.
Nope, looks like it was torches. Not sure if he knew that already or if he took the game's word for it.
Well, we're going to check in the basement as well. But, oh, I missed the enemy. 317 experience for Xarnax there, though. Whatever enemy that was fantastic. Jumps into level 10.
So Sandcraft finds that it is Grave in the back of Tantigle.
And finds that 317 experience enemy. Again, I missed who it was, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just caught the level up screen. A Magiwyvern, apparently, according to chat.
Thank you, chat. Appreciate that. So, yeah, Magiwyvern's on point for sure.
So Sandcraft takes a death while down in the Tangible basement, which, as mentioned before, is Grave, and decides, that's enough of that.
Yeah, it's not too bad here. He's already jumped to level 9 off the power of that Magiwyvern, so he is just going to go ahead and see what's on this overworld real fast. Maybe look to grind a little bit more. We do have a town coming up for Xarnax here who has been pushing exploration early on.
Cantlin.
So we're going to get a quick check of all these shops here, and we'll see if anything's cheap. Cheap large shield. I love that leather armor at 11,000 and change.
Yep, cheap half plate there for 100 and change.
Yeah, wisely going to go ahead and hold off buying anything yet. Going to check and see if maybe we can get something better. See if a silver shield's in here for the cheap and other things. Not a very good shop there.
Yeah, bunch of the same stuff. Some half plate again, that large shield. One more chance here. Magic armor for 186. We'll take that all day.
Yeah, broadsword rolled up quite a bit at 5134, so getting that large shield after not seeing a silver for sale anywhere here, probably a smart play, and we'll see if he picks up one of these alternate weapons up here. Alright, so I just saw Warlock with DL2 Breath. Other guys are just over here trying to kill some things, but the Wraith Knights having none of it took out 2 other runners.
Sandcraft is already at level 11 and looks like is headed back into Grave.
I mean, it's not a bad play. There are 6 potential chests up top, 3 vanilla chests and the 3 alternate chests to the left side here. We'll see with that big radiant here if those chests exist and if this play pays off. We do have Ratlift right behind him as well.
And Ratliff had made that silver shield purchase in Breckenridge, and I believe it was around 300 gold. So it doesn't take a whole lot to get the best defensive equipment in the game.
Not at all. And we got the coordinates here on Xarnax. 4 north, 19 east. Very countable, I will assume. Or was it south? I thought it said north. Well, either way, he counted south, so I might have misread that. Or, in his hope, at least, I hope that I misread it, not him.
Kind of a beefy droll he's run into here, but he takes it down. 211.
Yeah, and another level at least 110.81, he gets that radiant now at level 11. So once he does do his spelunking, going to be a little easier to find those items. And 4 South, 18 East does appear to be a nothing burger. So unfortunately, I think he might have misread the North South. Otherwise, we have a couple runners on the bottom here in caves. We got some big kills. I just saw 214 over here on Ratliff here, getting his level 9 at this point. And we'll see what the deep grave brings Sandcraft.
Let's say, yeah, Sandcraft going to go ahead and do that deep dive.
We got Beef and Cantlin going to do the same shopping experience that we just saw Xarnax do a little bit ago, but find out there's nothing of real note outside that magic armor here.
Yeah, may pick up that large shield. I was going to pick up a copper sword.
Oh, Rogue Scorpion with DL2 Breath taking Sandcraft out down here before he could check anything outside that bottom right potential chest in the basement of Graves. So he is still abandoned 3 possible chest locations there.
Yeah, the question is, does he go right back? And it looks like the answer is yes.
Well, we'll see what happens. We did see Xarnax finally get the Stones of Sunlight over there on his side. So Stones at 4 North 19 East, he realized the error of his way and has managed to pull that off. Beef looked like he was going to go check, but realized he doesn't have any healing. Went to go stock on Upland Herbs and will most likely be picking up his cords here momentarily as well.
Yep, Sandcraft going right back into Grave. Now, I'm usually the type who will avoid the deep dives, especially in this kind of flag set, until I'm absolutely sure that I have to go down there. But then again, this kind of play can pay off if a deep dive is necessary and you're up against runners like me who don't want to do it.
Yeah, I think the saying goes, winners don't dive grave until they dive grave because they have to type thing. But it's always a quandary. I mean, deep diving grave typically only 2 potential chests there, and it's a little bit of walking. With this flag set, you could have up to 4, so it does double your pleasure, double your fun there, maybe.
Yeah, and you just don't know until you actually go to those locations, unfortunately. It's much harder without using Radiant, but Sandcraft seems content to just use his auto torch.
Yeah, I mean, he's done it a couple times now, getting a little more comfortable there. Still waiting for level 12 and some healing potential coming. We're 431 away, so just over 1,000, just shy of 1,050 experience needed for that level. So Xarnax should be getting that momentarily.
Now we see Beef Supreme headed to the far side of the castle, and yep, gonna head down into Grave.
Well, there we go. We got level 12 down here on Sandcraft's side. I saw Heal and Hurt More pop up among a few other spells.
Ratliff has found 2 different caves. Is down to 1 hit point. Looks like Mountain.
Yeah, Mountain's a very decent cave for sure. Does not opt to check that alternate chest that can be in the bottom right of this first floor. But it's not going to make it very far here. The skeleton's going to send him packing.
Yep, skeletons with Hurt More. Ouch. Ooh, those Star Wyverns are definitely not worth it. 5 XP. So Ratliff now looks like he is headed toward the basement.
Yeah, the allure of the grave down here, too high. Beef going to find out the news about a rather lackluster, at least top to the grave here. We'll see if he opts to do a dive as well.
Oh, Sandcraft taken out by a rogue scorpion again. That DL2 breath is brutal.
Well, here we go over there on Xarnax, though. He just found 2 towns. The first one's going to be Garenham. He is taking a look for some stuff. Does opt to finally get some offense with the hand axe to go along with his magic armor large shield. Just hasn't found that Breckenary town just northeast of Start that has the silver shield. He'll have no option but to see it at some point, but we'll see if he is in the mindset to check the shops at that point.
Yeah, so that rogue scorpion is bad news. Did not die to 2 hurt mores and has DL2 breath, so avoid at all costs.
I think what Bob was trying to say is put that in the Sharlock spike.
Well, we want that, sure.
So Graves still not paying off here. As Sandcraft makes yet another dive down here. Ratliff checks that alternate middle chest stairwell location. And we'll see if he can survive long enough to get the rest of the checks in play here.
Yeah, and unless Deep Grave ends up having something important, this is going to put Xarnax quite a bit ahead, I have to imagine.
Yeah, his exploration has definitely been paying off in the ability to keep up on experience and find all these other locations. Does get saddled with the flute here, which usually is worthless in this flag set.
But it does pull it away from one of the search spots.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in the basement, we have Tablet. 3 potential chests, 1 up top, 2 downstairs. And with the Radiant, it's a really quick check, so we'll see if we have anything good here.
Well, the vanilla tablet chest is there, and that's the only one on this floor.
Oh, buddy! Erdrick's armor. That's a nice dive.
Yep, you like to see that, especially when you make the decision to go through tablet.
Yeah, going through tablet, especially with no outside, always kind of feels bad. At least this flag set, we have 3 potential checks instead of just 1. But it's a big payoff for him. He's got that Erdrick's armor. We knew it was going to be outside of Sharlock. That is one of our flags this week. But comes across Rim here, normally Key Town, but today also possibly 3 chests. Does have the vanilla chest here so far.
Yeah, that armor find is now huge for Xarnax, in addition to the kind of exploration lead that he has going on. The continued diving into Grave is just not paying off at all for our other 3 runners.
Absolutely agree with that. And we do have an alternate chest here in this little house in Rim. We'll see if it pays off for him at all in the form of fairy water.
Not the worst thing to find, but Rim, kind of our Breckenary for this seed.
Xarnax was thinking about not going to the shop, decided, let me go check it out. Let's see what Rim has here. Still no silver shield for him. Just absolutely nothing outside that full plate, which he doesn't want because he has Erdrick's armor now.
Yeah, and honestly, if he never finds the silver shield, probably not the end of the world. The large shield is going to serve him pretty well.
Yeah, probably most likely looking for a little bit more weaponry from the offensive side, with that hand axe being his current loadout. Well, he does find just south of those towns where the staff cave is, so he can pick up his staff in exchange for the harp later. No harp in tow yet. Finds a couple more caves over here. I think these were the caves we saw earlier on Ratliff's screen. Maybe Swamp South.
Swamp South, yeah. So no chest in the Swamp South, possible random location. Ooh, Drakimas have heal more, okay.
Yeah, and meanwhile, BeefSupremeTV finding out about that Rogue Scorpion, drops off 2 Hurtmores, and still not enough, and gets sent packing with that DL2.
So Ratliff bailed on Grave, and Sandcraft seems to have been done with Grave as well, which is a good call. And so is Beef Supreme.
Here we go, though. We're going to find out the spike tile is a Wraith inside a swamp. He's immediately going to throw that Hurtmore he just picked up, and 1 Hurtmore does not do it. Let's see if the Wraith goes down to 2.
It does not, and it's hitting pretty hard considering he's got Erdrick's armor and a large shield. 3 hurt mores do the trick.
Yeah, 3 hurt mores, 57, 145. You're never going to worry about that. But we do have a chest in here. He is going to go ahead and pick up the princess as well. We'll see how he opts to play this at this point.
Yep, has already walked the coordinates, so this would be purely a, oh my gosh, the sword.
Wow, sword right next to the princess. She is paying off for coming to rescue her.
Yep, and bringing her back would be purely a play to get the GPS to be able to know how much experience to the next level.
Yeah, sword was the final real piece that they needed to find. We obviously know that our other key items are going to be somewhere in this overworld, whether it's in a town, a search spot, or in one of these caves. But sword could have been in Sherlock, but today it's not. Well, that princess is going right back.
$743 to the next level for Xarnax. All 4 of our runners at level 12 right now.
Yep, a little bit of a gap here between 12 and 13. We do have Xarnax finally going to take his little peek downstairs. He has not been here yet, so he's going to do all these alternate chest checks, find out there's nothing up top first, and then we'll see how far he pushes the grave.
Yeah, we'll see what he elects to do. If he's going to go top, not find anything, and just decide not worth it, or is he going to try and do the push, which may give back a decent amount of the time that he gained on the other 3.
So while he's checking the top, we have Sandcraft in the mountain, I believe for the first time for them, and is going to go try and check out and see if there's any chest up top here, if we can get through some of these terrible enemies. That 12 experience werewolf is terrible.
And Ratliff moves up to level 13 and gets Heal More.
All right, that was the piece. Oh man, bottom of great or mountain there. 0 for 4 with chests you can see through those stairs. So we have the one up top here, and then 4 more potential chests that could still be available downstairs.
Just gold in the top one. Beef Supreme, meanwhile, in Breckenary picking up a silver shield.
Yeah, 1/3 of our runners to find that nice, cheap silver shield here. Sandcraft did hit a skeleton here, 171, if you can get through it, and did pick up his level 13 and heal more also.
So Xarnax is doing the dive, it looks like.
Yeah, I kind of figured based on their exploration so far that this was most likely going to be the play. We'll see if he has a little better luck getting through than some of our other runners have had. All right, so downstairs in Mountain Sandcraft sees no chest to the bottom there at all. We already know the top left has nothing, although he might not have remembered. So there's the alternate chest going into the southwest, and then chest 5. We'll see if either of those. There's at least one, just the one. And not going to be sad about seeing that Magic Wyvern on the way there either, picking up 317 and at least one more level here.
Absolutely.
Just gold at the end. So Mountain, definitely a huge bust here. And so far, Grave, a big bust. So we're still looking for that. We're looking for that harp. We're looking for that token. We still have search spots in play. We haven't seen Hawksness yet. Don't believe we've... what else have we not seen?
I do not believe we've seen coal.
Yeah, that's right. Coal as well. So yeah, lots of potential. I think that's going to be where the big push is going to be. But Unfortunate for the other runners, Xarnax still maintaining decent experience while getting tons of exploration. He's just got to wrap up a few more checks and could get into a grind situation. Although we do see Beef and Ratlif here now in the mid 2000s with experience after getting a few nice enemy kills.
Xarnax making his way around, starting to wrap up the deep grave. The nice thing for Xarnax, of course, is that he's got way more resources doing this dive than our other three runners did originally.
Yeah, agreed. He coming down here a little later into the levels than the others did push. Really helpful. He's about to find out about this Rogue Scorpion, though. Rogue Scorpion hits okay, has DL2, has a ton of HP.
And a back-end heal, I had missed that.
Wow, gets lucky, yeah, high hit, gets it into the back-end heal there, and is going to get the level off of it without seeing that DL2 at all.
Alright, so Xarnax has gotten heal more now.
Oh, look at those stats on that Rogue Scorpion. 50% DL2, 75% heal with 171 HP. So that 50% DL2 and not seeing it at all is just super lucky. High odds he's going to find out on this one, though.
And there it is.
And he's also going to find out these two hurt more is most likely not to kill it, but does get it into the heal range there. So decent chance of taking it out.
Yeah, the 220 experience that it gives, tempting target. And that is going to get the level.
Yeah, so a little bit of behind he was on experience there has been shortened up pretty tightly there with a couple 220 kills. Looks like he is looking for a death warp here.
So as Ratlif is showing us, because Ratlif is now at level 16, that's where the HP is going to come into play, and that's going to kind of be your nominal go level if you've got Erdrick's gear.
Yeah, absolutely. 16 is a clear, in my opinion at least, go attempt and hope that the Dragon Lord's going to be nice, because if you're not aware, although I think most of our chat will be aware at this point, having seen several of these races, the Dragon Lord can be a pushover or the Dragon Lord can be an absolute monster, and that's even if you can get to the Dragon Lord depending on what our spike tile is.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a race yesterday that proved that particular fact on the spike tile.
Yeah, it was really fun for chat, probably not as fun for the runners. We do see Ratlif picking up his coordinates here. Going to be able to pick up his stones momentarily, and yeah, the other runners starting to get a little bit of this exploration. We got Beef going to clear out the bottom of this mountain cave, which we know only has one chest in gold. And what's Xarnax doing here? He comes into Breck, thinks about it, and walks right back out of Breck.
Went to check the chest, but does not check the weapons and armor. Otherwise, he'd have found the silver shield.
Yeah, agreed. So, and I had a feeling he was probably going to start doing that, especially now that he has the sword. There's, it's just a time waste potential at that point with a small chance to pay off. We know it would, but he doesn't.
So Xarnax has also not checked Mountain Cave yet, although he does know where it is in the sense that he has seen it on the overworld. He did not actually go in, so we may be seeing a dive into that, which we know is a bust.
Yeah, heading back that way right now. Meanwhile, we have Sandcraft in Hawksness, finds a chest up top with the wings, but we're going to find out what our spike is here momentarily, and we have a blue dragon.
Blue dragon with DL2 breath.
That's fun. He's going to opt to try and run here. Yeah, I don't know. He's gonna. Oh, okay. He's gonna turn this princess in. He is wanting to keep the princess. Doesn't want to lose her. It's like, yeah, throw another hurt more. Maybe you get it down.
Yeah, because I actually don't think Sandcraft has found Cantlin, so may not be aware that the coordinates are so easy of a count either.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, we are getting that mountain dive by Xarnax here that we assumed would happen, and the other runners are kind of exploring the overworld here on the left side, just trying to find some of those locations. Well, Ratliff really quickly hits the next level, level 7 here, 2729.
So yeah, already up to 17.
Yeah, the extra 9 MP actually very nice, given that extra heal more here. Just a little extra potential towards these fights that are coming up in Sherlock. This is just coming down heavily into exploration at this point, and surely the runners won't overlook a critical location and repeatedly look at the map today. So we're seeing edges of this world here. We see Xarnax finding dead ends to the south. We got coal.
Yep, Ratliff has found coal. And you have to imagine one of our key items is here.
I think we're down to it. Has to be, right? I think everything else has been checked at this point except for the chest in here, at least in the search spot.
And there's a silver harp.
Yeah, so still an outside chance we might not need that Hawk spike. This could have our token in it, and Hawks could be just a waste of time. I know I've seen one curse belt, not sure if I've seen 2.
Oh dear. There's speculation that Xarnax may have crashed. We're seeing a restart here from his screen.
Oh, buddy. That's a shame, too, because doing extremely well in the seed, obviously, especially from the exploration. Has all the knowledge. We'll see how this plays out. I know, officially, the race goes on. But, I mean, sometimes if there's technical issues, they might discuss, and if it's something major like that, they could always discuss maybe doing a new seed, but that's up to the runners to do. But yeah, that's a shame. He does have the knowledge, though, so hopefully he can crank back into this pretty quickly, but almost a half hour in, that's rough.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this, of course, that knowledge is actually pretty significant because the experience grind is not that much to get to level 16, and you know you don't have to go into grave, you know you don't have to go into mountain. You could just beeline to everything, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to get that initial out of the gate level here, trying to find that opening enemy just to get things rolling, because we know it jumps really, really quick. So has the map knowledge at this point, and we'll see how quickly this comes for him here. Meanwhile, we do have Beef bringing the princess up here, the Hawksness. We'll see if he's able to take on this blue dragon and get through it.
It would be quite a story if we see Xarnax come back to, if maybe not win, maybe take second or frankly even third.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for him right now, the enemies here are just not participating. He's not gotten that initial kill yet, but hopefully this is the one, I believe, that he might be able to get. Droll's given a bunch if he can get it down. Not sure how much HP they have.
Beef Supreme taking on the Blue Dragon now at the Hawksness search spot. Finds out about the DL2 breath.
And the nice thing about it is these things have little defense, so low agility, because he is slicing through it with this Erdrick sword and does get it down for a whopping 6 experience.
And there's a token. We know where all of our plot coupons are.
Yep, very, very nicely done there. He opted to swing through, save that MP for heal more as if it did DL2, and got through with no issues, really.
Xarnax finally taking something down, and that's going to get him the first level or two here.
Yeah, that 13 extra power on top of the strength they already had to start, plus the hurt hill. He should hopefully start being able to get this moving a little quicker now.
Aaron noting in chat, he thinks Xarnax is too far out now that you can't catch up to this. That's very true, unless the spike is particularly nasty.
Or your screen does that again.
Oh, dear.
Well, meanwhile, we have Ratliff coming across Rim for his first time, finding out that there's just an herb down here. Or Garenham, I mean. Finding out there's just an herb down here. It's going to get his exploration in the back. Ratliff and Beef kind of like opposite here. Beef having the sword, stones, and token. Meanwhile, Ratliff has the harp. And the fairy flute.
Well, pour one out for Xarnax, because that's just devastating.
Yeah, it's a really rough position to be in for sure. You got to really feel for him here. All right, Sandcraft back in Hawksness here. Does have Deirdre's armor on now, so the DL2 not hitting quite as hard, and is as long as he stays up here, he should have a chance at taking this guy down.
I will say admirable of Xarnax to not have just gone ahead and hit the forfeit at this point.
Yeah, no, agreed. I can feel the frustration for him here personally. So yeah, we'll see how he recovers here. But we do have that token for Sandcraft now.
Ratliff turning in the harp to get the staff here.
Well, exploration continues on our other three runners here as they're running all over this map trying to nail down those last locations that they need to finalize everything here. Beef still needs the Tablet Cave to get his armor. Needs to come across a little bit of coal for that heart.
Yeah, all three are missing something different. Sandcraft has the token, needs the other two items, but has full Erdrick's gear. Both Ratliff and Beef Supreme have Erdrick's gear, but one of them has the armor, one of them has the sword. Beef is only lacking harp, and Ratliff is lacking the token and the stones. So this is anybody's race right now.
No, absolutely. We know the stones are very simple. Those are just on the cords, just east to start. I thought I saw both of those runners pick up cords earlier, but maybe just haven't returned to start to count it out yet. Yeah, Ratliff having an existential crisis here. Can't decide if he wants to go back and try or not. Opting to finally just sit outside.
Yeah, and of course the unfortunate thing about that is that we know that's where the sword is.
Absolutely, and it's a rough enemy there. We'll see if he does opt to go back and check. Meanwhile, we do have Beef picking up his harp here out of coal.
Yeah, and
if
that's
he does,
huge.
Yeah, and if he checks that chest, which he may not, because he has everything. Well, no, he doesn't have armor yet, so he should want to check that chest. He should get his fighter's ring.
And of course, with this flag set, the armor cannot be in Sharlock, so Beef has narrowed down his potential search locations.
NPC tried to mess with him a little bit, was nice, and moved out of the way pretty quickly, though.
So Beef only needs to find Tablet in order to grab the rest of what he needs to make a Sharlock run.
Exactly, and Ratliff into Hawksness, as long as he can take down this DL2 Breathing Blue Dragon, should be able to pick up his token here and be one step closer.
So Xarnax already back at level 12.
Yeah, once you get out of that early jail of getting that big jump, it jumped really, really quickly. So we'll see what order of operations he decides to go here to re-pick things up. I would assume try and make a beeline for Tablet, get that armor just so you have that heal walking on the go, knowing that heal more is not till 13 here. Beef seeing that jerk cave, unfortunately, doesn't have that harp turned into a staff yet, so makes a note of it and leaves and is on the exploration for Tablet and Stones or Staff Cave.
All right, so yeah, Ratliff with the token now just needs to walk coordinates to find the stones, and then needs to go back to Swamp Cave to get the sword.
Yeah, that sword might be the sticking point here, especially if he already knows where the rainbow drop pickup is at the jerk, because yeah, he's about to get this momentarily, and outside of that sword, he might make a play for it being in the Sharlock.
Yeah, and I did not see a flame sword in any of the shops that we visited.
Same. I did not see one either. So unless you way over grind to get that extra strength, it's almost a necessity at this point. For those that may be joining us a little late and wondering what happened with Xarnax, he's had a couple of system issues there, and his device decided that he should start over twice. So he's probably only about 5 minutes into his third run now at this point.
Now Ratliff going to turn in the harp, grab the staff. Oh, no, he's not.
He already did this.
He already did it. Seemed to have forgotten that he'd done it. Maybe he just wanted to visit the old man, you know.
Yeah, he heard the commentary where someone was asking what that guy says if you don't have the harp, what he normally asks for. And evidently it's get the heck out of here.
Yeah, perfectly fine living the hermit lifestyle, apparently.
All right, so Beef into Rem. We know Remolder has nothing of note here. Ratliff on the prowl for some locations here. We'll see how this plays out, because he knows, he doesn't know it, but he knows where the sword is. He just didn't go get it, and still needs that turn in.
Sandcraft now headed to the turn-in cave.
Yeah, and either has to go count those, or we might overlook him picking it up. And if he has picked up the stones already, he's a rainbow away from full grind and go, or just go, depending on if he wants to give this level a shot, which is most likely a reality.
Yeah, Sandcraft's suddenly in a very good position, but either doesn't have the coordinates, or I'm not sure what else is going on here.
Well, he's heading straight for the jerk cave, so he must have gotten it and we just overlooked it. And then the loss of all the what the heck? Oh, Okay. He used the staff temporarily and was checking his next level. Okay.
He does not have the stones. I think he thought he did.
Yeah, clearly he must have thought he did. I didn't see him in there. I didn't think, and he immediately hits return. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure he's checked these coordinates. Yeah, there he goes. He's counting.
Well, this is putting Sandcraft in the driver's seat.
It kind of is. Meanwhile, we do have Beef coming across the tablet cave, which we know he's going to be happy to find that armor here in a moment.
Yeah, so grabbing that armor, immediately nope out, and then going to make his Sherlock run, so it's going to be tight.
Yep, so we're getting into it here. Who are spikes going to be? What are they putting out on us? How's our Dragon Lord fights going to go? Especially at Dragon Lord 1 being such a wild card. And Ratlift's going to be our first runner to get the drop down.
So Ratliff hoping that the sword is here and is going to be sorely disappointed.
Exactly, and I had a bad feeling this was going to be the play he made. Just many more options for chest in here versus that one by the Princess. Princess playing him hard right now.
Yes, thank you for catching that, Aaron. Appreciate it.
All right, so Beef picks up his staff. Should be able to go get his rainbow. Knows where that's at. I've seen him there before, and should be just behind these runners getting into this place. Although we know right now, not really a reality for Ratliff to be able to finish yet.
Well, I don't know. I think yesterday's race, we saw the ideal strategy for taking down DL2 when you don't quite have everything you need. Just put him to sleep.
Absolutely. You know, that 116, you just get it to land a couple times. Easy peasy.
All right, well, the spike is a Droll Magi, and it runs away.
So we got a little scared boy here. Does have baby breath and an okay amount of HP, at least one hurt more in a swing hadn't taken it down yet. So he's going to go ahead and get the heck out of here as soon as he remembers outside.
All right, first one to the Dragon Lord is Sandcraft. We'll see what DO1 looks like. Gets ambushed, and he's defense broken.
Yeah, defense broke 2 physicals so far as well. 3 physicals now. Not sure if he has any alternate anythings at this point. Does have at least a little bit of HP.
Yeah, just looking like Punch more here, and you like to see that as a runner. Beefy, though. All right, Sandcraft going into DL2. He's going to throw the stop spell. No dice.
No effect. Yeah, we'll see what this one runs. 100 to 230 HP on this Dragon Lord, so still has a good chance.
Elects not to throw another one. So he's hoping there's no sneaky sleep or back-end heal here.
Well, depending on how this one goes, we do have Beef coming in for his attempt here. We know it's a pretty free lead up to the Dragon Lord 2. It's all going to come down to that HP count.
Well, so far, looking like no sleep. As Beef Supreme starts.
Yeah, and I was going to say, the only thing we might at this point have is a back end heal, which we'll find out here soon if it does or not. But he's gotten some very good rolls. Still has 4 more heal mores in the tank at this point. Looking to be in a pretty good position to finish it up here.
Yeah, really going to depend on DL2's HP. There it is. Get your GGs out in chat for Sandcraft, who is going to take first in this race.
Yeah, fantastic finish. Nicely done there. Comes in first with an official time of 47 minutes and 28 seconds.
Really a remarkable turnaround, as Sandcraft was our first runner to kind of commit himself to that deep dive in Grave. And for a while there, it seemed to be falling behind our other runners, but really surged ahead late game.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And at this point, based on that fight we saw Sandcraft go through here, Beef should be right behind him here in second. Came in with just as much, if not more resources, being an extra level up. As long as the Dragon Lord doesn't surprise us somehow with something weird or we get a miss menu.
Yeah, wouldn't that just be wild if it turns out he did have sleep?
Yeah, percentages, the numbers mean nothing sometimes, as we've seen over many of these races. 25% can be, or feel at least, like 100% sometimes.
So Beef should be, based on his MP here, should be heading into kind of the home stretch. Meanwhile, Ratlif is now going in. Still looking for sword.
Yeah, this is definitely rough for Ratlif. And honestly, from a Xarnax perspective, if this sword check here goes long enough, I mean, Xarnax is not too much behind being able to get those levels necessary to get to a go status here. We'll see how this all plays out, but
yeah, Xarnax has everything. Just needs to go turn in Harp and then grind levels.
We'll get those GGs out for BeefSupremeTV, going to finish second here. Looking like we got an official time here of 49 minutes and 28 seconds. So race room a little bit ahead of our stream, but we'll go ahead and spoiler it for you.
Well, this has suddenly gotten very interesting in this race for third place.
Absolutely, because many alternate chest locations here in Sharlock, and especially some of those last ones up at the top, require you to go all the way to the top floor, go all the way around the outside to that right set stair, and then come back down into that inner part of floor 1. So this could be a huge time sink.
Yeah, and to answer Brian Williams, yeah, there was no flame sword that any runner found, and the broadsword was prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, I never saw the flame. Broad was like 5,200 gold. But hey, there we go. We have a Dean in chat, and looks like we're going to have BeefSupremeTV joining us. GG Beef, how you feeling about this race? Well, not sure if you're hearing us. We definitely can't hear you right now, so we'll see if you can get that sorted out there. But meanwhile, we have Ratlif doing his search of Sharlock, which we know will be futile, and Xarnax trying to get some experience back after the couple crashes to get back in this and maybe pull out a third.
Hey, how's this? Can you hear me now?
Hey, there you are. GG.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was fun. A lot better than the one I was commentating for yesterday afternoon. That was terrible. This one seemed like plenty of and nothing was too difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, just joining us also is Sandcraft, who took first in this race. GG Sandcraft.
Thank you.
GG. Sandcraft.
So any instant thoughts, Sandcraft, on how this all went down?
It was kind of a fun seed, I thought. It was kind of a larger map than I was kind of used to practicing, but even having like a separate island for Hawksness over there was kind of cool. Usually it's all on one map, so it was kind of nice to have a little variety in it for a change.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting seeing everybody getting those instant early levels, and they shot up real fast. But everybody kind of went about it differently. We had early grave dives, mid-game grave dives. We had people going northwest, southwest. Everybody kind of going their own path, but started culminating back together towards the tail end. And as we can see, a pretty close finish there, all things considered, for 1-2 there.
Yeah, I think a few different decisions, a little bit less backtracking, and it might have been even closer. I feel like there was a point right at the end where I had kind of, once I had gotten everything and I needed the harp trade in cave, I didn't realize how close it was to where I actually was standing. Yeah, it feels like it didn't come down to grinding either. Like there wasn't really a need to grind. Everything just kind of came as you were exploring. You got enough high XP enemies and they were easy enough to kill that you didn't really have to stop and grind, I found.
No, I kind of agree. And just to kind of highlight for you two what's going on our screen right now with Ratliff. Ratliff opted not to try and check back by the princess and is now full clearing Sharlock, hoping for the sword, which we know is back by the princess. So that's where he's at. Does find a death necklace. We'll see what they opt to do, or if they remember where that chest is located. On the other end, though, Xarnax, who had been doing fairly well for himself, just shy of the half-hour mark, had a console crash, unfortunately, and started over. Then had a second one a couple minutes later. So had all the knowledge and is rapidly going through the levels here, is ready to go in, just getting that last little bit of experience here. Still has a okay chance of pulling off third.
That's going to boost him up to the go level.
That's the worst.
See if he elects to just go ahead and do it. Yep, we're seeing a return right now.
Yeah, this is amazing. Very nicely done on the redo here. Quickly, what are we? We're about 16 minutes, 17, 18 minutes into this one for him, somewhere in there. Already full go mode at this point, and I mean, based on what we've seen in Sharlock, I feel this is probably a fairly safe attempt.
Yeah, I feel like it should be fairly smooth sailing here for Xarnax. And what a comeback if he manages to go all the way to DL2 and take him down for third here. Was, I think, pretty clearly our race leader going into his first crash. And all seemed kind of lost, but to come in here and possibly snipe third out would be quite a return.
Exactly. So we see Ratliff kind of walking the overworld. I'm wondering if he does happen to know what he's missing and is heading towards that location now. I'll be honest, the map boss on this one, when you're not doing it yourself, eludes me, so I don't know where Swamp is located.
Xarnax with no trouble walking down to DL1.
Yeah, we'll see if they opt to use any stop spells or anything, but we know DL1, a complete pushover outside of just having a little bit of HP, as is pretty much the same story for DL2 here. No, just goes straight in swinging, finds out that their damage broken, and is hitting hard.
I was definitely happy to see myself hitting for 50 when I started attacking him.
Ooh, beefy boy with 239 HP there, but yeah, all the other stats, total trash. Back attacked, unfortunately, but it's going to throw the stop spell. It works.
Yeah, you're going to get that to land a lot in Chaos with a max resist of 7 out of 16. it's a nice insurance bet here. Should be fine through this race or through this battle here. We'll see if those rolls get a little better for him, but yeah, should be in a really good position now.
Ratliff, I think, trying to decide where have I not checked.
Yeah, exactly what I was just thinking here. At this point, well, that's back to the rainbow and cold. But at this point, it might not even be a bad play to just try and grind out a level or two here and just hope for a bump in HP and strength, coupled with that death necklace he happened to find up in Sherlock.
Yeah, if he could grind out that broadsword, a nominal boost in strength, which with Death Necklace HP would do it for him.
Yeah, and we know, I mean, 126 is the official Death Necklace HP, but it's close enough that you can take a chance on it. I've Death Necklaced with lower before. Doesn't feel great.
Oh no, he's going to dive grave. He did not complete his dive of grave the first time. He took a death while he was down in there and elected not to go back.
Yeah, I don't remember which one of the chest locations or how many of them he didn't ultimately get to, although I know the final check, I believe, was gold. But Xarnax near the end of his MP here. I am assuming that we should be seeing a finish here momentarily, and there it is.
There it is. Wow, get your GG's out. 146 HP for DL2, so definitely under the usual. GG's out for Xarnax, who is going to come from behind after those two crashes to take third place in this race.
Yeah, very, very, very well done. I mean, obviously with a little bit of knowledge there, was able to know what he needed to do to get back going here. But honestly, a couple crashes, still just, 10, 11 minutes behind the first and second is pretty awesome.
So Ratliff just got level 18 and has hit return. We may be seeing a forfeit here.
Yep, and there it is. So, yep, has thrown in the towel. Poor Ratliff just overlooked where that sword was. If he would have gotten through that battle and gotten that sword, honestly, probably would have been right here with Beef and Sandcraft battling for who gets in Sherlock first.
Yep, and it looks like we are about to be joined by Ratliff. And joining us here is Ratliff. Ratliff, GG, and I'll go ahead and answer your question. The chest next to the princess in Swamp Cave.
Okay, you guys can hear me?
Sure can.
All right. Well, I do remember that one, but the Wraith had a lot of hit points, so I guess I just took a good chance and didn't go there. Am I right on that? From what I remember, the Wraith had well over 100 hit points.
Yes, I believe you work. Yeah, 192. We've got it up here now. 192 hit points for that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I did think about that when I was in the Swamp Cave, that there could be a chest there. So that turned out to make a difference, but I'm sure other people struggled with other things, so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it was a well-run race. So GG's on that. What were your thoughts on the seed other than that?
I didn't feel like it was going particularly well for me. Like in the start, I had trouble finding a monster that gave decent experience. Yeah, so that could have been quicker. A few deaths. I think I was a little bit all over the place. I didn't do any practice runs, and I'm not super familiar with where all the chests are. So anyway, I was just rolling the dice a little bit, hoping things would go my way. So,
well, even so, I mean, just outside, I mean, other than obviously the trouble you had finding sword, you were running a pretty tight neck and neck race with Sandcraft and Beef Supreme there near the end. So well done to you.
All right, thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone. I mean, I had fun. So.
And then also
GG's,
joining
everybody.
us, Yeah, joining us here is Xarnax42. Xarnax, well, GG, and man.
You know, it's not the first time we've had this conversation, and it probably won't be the last. I know what I'm risking. It happens, but I'd rather lose a tournament on hardware than win it on emulator. It's just more fun to play, or it's that much less fun to play on emulator for me. Well, it's worth the risk.
I have to say that GG's to you. It really did become kind of thrilling for us here watching and in chat to see you kind of come from behind to grab third after the second crash. So, if nothing else, appreciate the perseverance.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Especially man, that second crash was almost worse than the first. Just kind of seeing how far I could, how much ground I could make up before seeing the finishes come in was definitely interesting. Like every minute that went by and somebody didn't finish, I'm like, am I actually going to be able to do something with this restart? And that was fun. What was not fun, the whole second attempt, my RNG was just the polar opposite, terrible compared to my start. Getting another run off the ground took like 5 or 10 minutes just to get my first kill. Maybe not that long, but it seemed like a long time.
No, and I made note of that. Getting that initial was definitely a little rough. I was watching as well. It was probably pushing 4 or 5 minutes at least.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, all four of you ran this one really well. It just ended up being mostly about the exploration in the end, because the game was kind of throwing experience points at you once you figured out which enemies to take down. Any final thoughts from any of the four of you on this seed or how the tournament's gone so far?
The one other big thing that I was thinking about, a good chunk of that race, I forgot that random chest locations were on until I saw one, and that was maybe 10 minutes in or so, but I had been to Cantland at that point and didn't look for any chests there, and the whole time I was thinking, if there's a key item in there, I could be so far behind. But it ended up not being a big deal, but that was definitely on my mind the whole time. But yeah, overall this league has been a lot of fun. It's always fun to see all the different flags. Some of them I don't think are as well suited for racing as others, but they're still a lot of fun, and I don't put too much stock in highly variant random losses. But it's always a fun show, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And thank you to everybody who helped put it on. And GG, especially to Sandcraft.
Well, thank you, and GG to you too. It's pretty amazing that you had a hardware crash and still end up with a third. It's pretty impressive.
It's definitely. You don't lose nearly as much time as it feels like you do, because you don't need to explore again. You just need to get the experience.
Yeah, and I suppose with the way the seed was throwing XP at us, it might not have been that tough to catch up anyway.
I did have a lucky string of magic weapons. Certainly helped a lot.
Yeah, I hit one of them first enemy, and it seemed like an eternity till I found another one.
All right,
yeah,
so
and GG's to everybody, and oh no, sorry, yeah, no, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody that's put this on as well, and thanks to everyone for watching also.
No, I was going to say, this is our only race for today, but definitely don't go anywhere. We have 2 more races tomorrow coming live. We have Group 6 action at 1 p.m. Eastern again between Juf, Hate 13, Yakko Wacko 20, and Vinicus. And then wrapping out week 3 at 4 p.m. Eastern will be some Group 2 action with Ladab, Fryteeth, Big Slamoo, and Beta Strep. So some really more exciting chaos action coming at us tomorrow. But it looks like we're going to be sending this over to Homer J Smash, who's working on some Big 20 practice here. But before we go, any final thoughts, Bob?
No, this was a great race to watch. Great one to commentate. Of course, it's always a pleasure to be in the booth with you here, DK. And y'all stick around after tomorrow's second race, because I believe the show revealing the week 4 groupings will be happening shortly thereafter.
Yeah, buddy. People have been alluding to these already being drawn, but no secrets are out yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But just wanted to thank our restreamer Archfield Monk, our trackers Beta Strep RG365, and my co-commentator Bob Pineapple. I was DK9146. Everyone have a great afternoon, and see you tomorrow.